how's it going, Mike?
How's it going?
Good, good.
All right, you ready to prep for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got my thoughts down on paper. So
Know your stuff?
Yeah.
All right, can you tell me the different stages of photosynthesis?
Yeah, we got the light-dependent reaction first, and then we got the Calvin cycle. So what happens in the light-dependent reaction is it's solar energy, right? And then that's in the thylakoid membrane. Then we got the Calvin cycle, and that's carbon fixation, carbon oxidation, and then we got reduction, right? And that's known as dark reactions because there's no solar energy.
All right. Is that it?
That's it for the light-dependent.
You sure?
Yeah, that's it for
right.
photosynthesis.
Can you tell me about cellular respiration?
Yeah, we got 4 steps. We got glycolysis. That's first step. That converts glucose into 2-pyruvate. Neither be anaerobic or aerobic. Doesn't really matter. The point is that it doesn't require oxygen. Second step we got is pyruvate oxidation, and that's pyruvate, and that's 3 carbons each. Okay, so 6 carbons and 1 glucose, and there's 2-pyruvate, which is 3 carbons each, and that's going to turn into acetyl-CoA. Then we got a citric acid cycle. It's 2 carbons, and the acetyl-CoA turns into 2 carbon dioxides. And this is also called the Krebs cycle, and it's substrate level phosphorylation. So it's not going to make as much ATP. It's oxidative phosphorylation, which is in the electron transport chain. This generates the most ATP. So what I said right here is in electron transport chain, the NADH and FADH2 bring the electrons and protons. Those are pumped into the inner membrane space. And those rush back through ATP synthase, which is an enzyme which I'm going to present to the buyer, and this is thus converted to ATP, 32 or 34.
Tell me about ATP a little bit more.
Yeah, so we have 2 we can do in photosynthesis, which really isn't as prevalent as it is in cellular respiration, because cellular respiration's goal is to make ATP. So 2 ATP are used in the glycolysis state, and 4 ATP are made. So this is like 4 minus 2 in a sense, so 2 net gain of ATP is made. Citric acid cycle, we've got 2 ATP are created, and per glucose, right? So 1 per pyruvate. Then the electron transport chain, we got 32 to 34 ATP created in total, and this is by oxidative phosphorylation. And in photosynthesis, it's mostly converted in the Calvin cycle, and there's 6 turns, and per turn there's 3 ATP generated, so 6 times 3 is 18.
Can you give me the counts of NADH, NADPH, and FADH2?
Yeah, so generally this is the cellular respiration, really, where we're going to get the counts.
Right.
So right now in glycolysis, we have 2 NADH are created, and like I said, 2 ATP are created. In the pyruvate oxidation, we have 4 NADH created, and 1 carbon dioxide created. In the citric acid cycle, we have 3 NADH created, and 1 FADH2 created. And this produces 2 NADPH for the electron acceptor to go into the electron transport chain. And then we have the NADH. Actually, no, that's it.
Okay,
yeah, in the electron transport chain, we got water, but that adds extra.
All right. Yeah. Can you tell me about the counts of carbon?
Okay, so there's going to be 6 carbons that go into cellular respiration. These are going to eventually be, this is going to be lost when acetyl-CoA becomes, and eventually when we get into the electron transport chain, all the carbons are going to be lost. And in the photosynthesis, we don't really get carbons. Those are more, it's in the form of carbon dioxide.
Okay, good. Can you tell me a little bit about delta G, the change in G?
Yeah, so the delta G in cellular respiration is an energonic reaction. Energonic. I think that's a good note to leave off. I didn't really quite get the delta G.
Okay, so cellular respiration is exergonic. Okay. Because you start off with energy. Yeah. The photosynthesis is endergonic because you have to put energy into it.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I'll just present that.
All right. Did you talk about the factors that affect?
I didn't get that.
Photosynthesis.
No. Yeah, that's actually a big point.
All right. Yeah. It's acidity, carbon dioxide, and temperature.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh. All right. That's for both cellular respiration and photosynthesis. Right. Perfect. See you, Mike. Jeez. If I really want to win this buyer over, I gotta go practice at the driving range.
Yeah, I'm Matt. Just got a call from Dunder Mifflin. They want to sell me some paper. Could go either way right now. Honestly just trying to get out of the office, shoot some shots, and see how this goes.
Sale done right now. To be honest, I'm a little full of myself right now, but say 100%.
My chances of buying this, to be honest, like 20%. Like I said, just want to get out of the office.
He said, I've got a secret weapon. That's chemiosmosis. Let me reiterate to you on what chemiosmosis is. That's the movement of ions across a selectively permeable membrane and their electrochemical gradient. Specifically, it relates to the generation of ATP by the movement of hydrogen ions.
I'm telling you, it's gotta leave me alone. You need text message. Let me do this one. Conversion of energy, first law, energy is neither created nor destroyed, is the whole basis of both processes. Photosynthesis converts light energy to chemical energy, ATP and NADPH, which are then used to store chemical energy in the bonds of glucose-type molecules made from carbon dioxide. In cellular respiration, the chemical energy in the bonds holding glucose molecules together is converted to chemical energy. ATP, which is used to run various other processes, and thermal energy. Heat. This guy just won't... When am I going to get rid of this guy?
Specifically, chemiosmosis in cellular respiration. I'll let you know right now. Chloroplasts and protons, which are H+ ions, they're pumped through electron transfer to one side of the membrane, creating a gradient, which then allows them to fuse them back through ATP synthase, which I said is the enzyme, please excuse me. This process allows ATP to be produced from ADP with the addition of phosphate. That turns into ATP. And chloroplast, which is essential, this also relates not only to cellular respiration, but to photosynthesis. I'll let you know how. In the chloroplast, the H+ ions are pumped into the thylakoid membrane space and then diffused back into the stroma. This causes ATP to be produced in the stroma, which makes it readily available in the Calvin cycle, which is the dark reactions, like I said. An increase in light reactions, or light, causes an increase in the amount of hydrogen that is pumped into the thylakoid membrane. The pH gradient will not occur if there is no light, as this process needs light energy to occur.
It's gonna be good. Him again. Let's look at the second law of thermodynamics. Whenever there is a change in energy form, it is not 100% efficient. Some are lost, usually as heat. Also applies to cellular respiration and photosynthesis. Who does this guy think he is? Do you know who I am?
Got one more secret weapon. Don't tell anybody. That has to do with energonic reactions and exergonic reactions. Photosynthesis is an energonic reaction. This means that the energy required by the products is more than the energy available, so entropy change will be positive for photosynthesis because you must add energy to the system. Cellular respiration, on the other hand, is an exergonic or catabolic reaction. The end products of cellular respiration release more energy than needed by the products. Thus, the change of entropy is negative because of cellular respiration releases energy.
Entropy? I already know about the stinking entropy.
I've actually got one more secret weapon. Just in case plan A or plan B doesn't work, always gotta have a plan C. So Tiger Woods says. Alright, we got the use of NADH, and that's an electron acceptor in cellular respiration to the electron transport chain. And we also got FADH2. That's also another electron acceptor that's in the electron transport chain. Now, if we want to visualize this for my potential buyer, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna buy, right? We got the ETC, right? And right here, we have NADH. My camera guy can come in closer. And right here, we got FADH2, right? So notice right here that the NADH is first. That's important because it's gonna drop off, it's gonna become more electronegative, and it's gonna drop off more, it's gonna produce more ATP. It's gonna produce more ATP. Then we got FADH2. It's also gonna do the same thing, but it's not necessarily gonna produce as much ATP because it wasn't transferred first. NADH comes first, FADH comes second. That's important to know, okay? Cut on that. The last thing in cellular respiration, aside from the NADH and FADH2, is the oxygen. And that comes at the very end. It's like when everything is already done in the electron transport chain, now we have the oxygen, right? And these hydrogen ions are being transported across the inner membrane, right? Or across the membrane. So they're finally being transported all the way down to the O2. So this hydrogen combines with this oxygen to produce H2O, hence the O2 and the H. And that's water, which is one of the final products of cellular. I'm getting the sale. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Even if that means going to his house, I will knock down that door and I will get that sale.
He said what?
Hey, Mr. Garcia. Hey, it's Tom. Nice to meet you.
Tommy Bothwell, right?
Yeah, the one that's been, sending you all this stuff.
Dunder
right?
Mifflin, right?
You got my emails and text messages, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right. You want me?
Well, let me just take these last 2 shots, and we can just talk it over.
Sure,
All right?
of course. No. Let me explain to you why photosynthesis is necessary in our green lives. All right. This is what I'm going to tell you. Photosynthesis creates it takes in carbon dioxide and it releases oxygen into the atmosphere. That's why we can live. That's why photosynthesis is so necessary to our everyday lives, Matt. Let me tell you why cellular respiration and why the dependency on it is so important, Matt. I'll tell you why right now. Because it creates energy, Matt. If we don't have energy in our bodies, then we're just going to die. Okay? There's so many aspects of cellular respiration that create ATP that give us energy to do things.
You know what? Here's my credit card information. Just take it. You got the deal. You know.
Yeah.
Just don't call me. All right. You have the deal. Just leave me alone. No. Just go. All right. All right. Have a good day.